Rafael Nadal is stepping onto the court for the last time after an amazing career. Rafa will end his career playing for his country Spain in the Davis Cup Finals from November 19th through the 24th. With 22 Grand Slam titles, he is retiring as one of tennis's all-time greats. Here's how he got there. In this video, we'll explore how Rafael Nadal became one of the most successful players in tennis history. We'll look at his rise from a young player in Spain, his record-breaking wins at the French Open, and his biggest battles with other tennis stars. And finally, we'll look at why he decided to retire. Nadal's career is legendary. His 22 Grand Slam titles and 2 Olympic gold medals make him one of the greatest. But he's not just known for winning. He's known for his powerful style and fighting spirit, even when he struggled with injuries. It all started with his uncle Tony, who coached him at a young age. Tony taught Nadal to play left-handed, giving him an edge on the court. From then on, Nadal's game developed into something special. His journey was ready to take off. Rafael Nadal Pereira was born on June 3, 1986, in Manacor, Spain, on the island of Mallorca. His uncle Tony recognized Nadal's natural talent early on. By age 8, Rafa was already winning championships. His training was intense. Uncle Tony was a tough coach, but Nadal stayed focused, developing the resilience he would later be known for. Nadal turned pro at just 15 and quickly showed he was different. At 19, he entered the French Open for the first time and won the entire tournament, beating Roger Federer along the way. This was the start of his dominance on clay. Winning the French Open as a teenager made Nadal the new star of tennis, especially on the clay courts. Nadal's rise came during the Big Four era in men's tennis, along with Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, and Andy Murray. These players dominated tennis for over a decade. Each brought something different to the court. Federer's skill, Djokovic's focus, Murray's resilience, and Nadal's powerful game. Nadal's rivalry with Federer became one of the greatest sports rivalries ever. Their Wimbledon final in 2008 lasted nearly 5 hours, and Nadal came out on top in a thrilling match. That same year, Nadal won the Olympic gold medal in singles at the Beijing Olympics, proving his skills on different surfaces. By 2009, Nadal had won all 4 Grand Slam tournaments, becoming the second men's player to complete a career Grand Slam. By winning Wimbledon and the Olympic gold, Nadal showed he was more than a clay court player. He was a complete champion. Nadal's success at the French Open is unmatched. He won the tournament 14 times between 2005 and 2022, setting a record in tennis history. In 2012, he won his 7th French Open, breaking Bjorn Borg's record. And by 2014, he'd won 5 times in a row. Nadal became known as the King of Clay because of his near-perfect record at Roland Garros. His speed, heavy topspin, and mental toughness made him nearly unbeatable there. Even after injuries, Nadal found a way to return and win again. Each French Open win solidified his place in history and added to his legacy. Fans look forward to watching him dominate Roland Garros every year, seeing his hard work and dedication pay off time and time again. His 13th French Open win in 2020 tied him with Federer for the most Grand Slam titles, a record that no player had reached before. Nadal finally surpassed Federer in 2022 with a 22nd majors title at the Australian Open. Nadal's French Open record is one of the greatest achievements in tennis and is unlikely to ever be matched. But Nadal's career was also marked by injuries. His intense style led to knee, wrist, hip, and foot injuries that affected his play. In 2022, he was diagnosed with Müller-Weiss syndrome, a chronic foot problem. These issues forced him to pull out of tournaments, including the 2016 French Open. Despite this, he kept coming back stronger. In 2017, Nadal won both the French Open and US Open, showing he still had what it took to compete at the top. But by 2022, Federer had retired, and Djokovic surpassed Nadal's record, taking 24 Grand Slam titles, making Nadal's final season of good health bittersweet. Nadal's resilience in the face of constant injuries showed his dedication to tennis, making him one of the toughest players in the game's history. Now, as Nadal faces his final match at the Davis Cup, his journey comes full circle. The kid from Mallorca, who made it to the top of the tennis world, is stepping away, having achieved more than he ever imagined. After almost 2 decades, Nadal's body can no longer handle the demands of professional tennis, especially Grand Slam matches that are best of 5 sets. Chronic injuries and surgeries have taken their toll, and it's time to hang him up. His impact on the sport, though, is huge. With 22 Grand Slam titles, he retires as one of the best to ever play, with many calling him the greatest of all time. Fans admire Nadal for more than his wins. They respect his hard work, his sportsmanship, and his respect for other players, fans, media members, and tournament organizers. Nadal's philosophy, "If you don't lose, you can't enjoy victories," summed up his career. He didn't just focus on winning. He valued the journey and the struggles that came with it. His humility and dedication made him a fan favorite worldwide. Off the court, Nadal spent time with his family, including his wife, Maria Francisca Perillo, who he married in 2019, and their son, Rafael Jr., born in 2022. Nadal's career is about more than titles. It's about his journey, his challenges, and the inspiration he leaves behind for future players. But now, as he steps away, there's a bittersweet feeling in knowing we won't see that signature forehand and that fighting spirit on the court again. Rafael Nadal's retirement marks the end of an era, yet it's a gift to have witnessed such a class act. A champion who not only achieved greatness, but did so with grace, respect, and unwavering humility. Rafael Nadal's career is one of the greatest stories, not just in tennis, but in all of sports. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more tennis stories by Tennis Tenacity. And let's celebrate Rafael Nadal's amazing legacy, one that will be remembered for years to come.